shop, pop, movies.
Ahoy there, my name is Derek, the Convicted Cinephile, and if you're a convicted cinephile yourself, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below. On my channel, I like to talk, shop, and pop open, that is, movies and physical media. And I'm finally, it's like a week away, my full Oscar nominations predictions. I've been meaning to do one for the below-the-line categories, and between the holidays and all the other award shows happening all at the same time, I just ended up saving it for this video. These are my final Oscar predictions. They're not until next Thursday. I can't watch them happen live because I have to work, which pains me mentally and physically. But I will not spoil it for myself. And when I get back from work immediately, I don't work too late at least. That helps. I will watch the announcement as if it were live and react live properly to you. But here is my Oscar predictions for all the categories besides the shorts. I'm predicting them on Awards Expert, so follow me on there. Also, download Awards Expert if you haven't. If you're watching this, you probably have it. But it's great. Great app. Do it. So let's get into it. Let's start with Best Animated. We have K-Pop Demon Hunters, which is my choice to win at the moment. Why shouldn't it? Zootopia 2, Elio, Arco, and Little Amelie. These seem like the obvious five. Elio is a very weak Pixar movie, just like in general, just like not a lot of people saw it or loved it, and it's just kind of getting in based on the fact that it's Pixar. That Demon Slayer movie is getting in more places than I would have expected, so I wouldn't be shocked if that got in over Elio, but I doubt it would get in over Arco and Little Amelie. So those are my picks for animated. I split Best Picture into two, so my top five for Best Picture are my predicted winner, One Battle After Another. Sinners is number 2. Hamnet, I have it number 3. I was debating if it was 3, but then it won the Golden Globe drama, so it's definitely at least number 3, if not number 2. But I think Sinners has the likely nomination hall lead, which, never means you're going to win, but it doesn't hurt, and it makes it, I would say an obvious number 2 over Hamnet. Number 4, I have Frankenstein in there. I thought this was like number 6, 7 at first, but it just keeps showing up, getting in, directing everywhere. I think it's officially top 5. It's getting in essentially every type of category. It's not going to get, 5 acting nominations, but it's going to get 1. Number 5, I have Marty Supreme. I just have this above all the international films because it's just that much more likely to actually win Best Picture, in my opinion. I don't think it will. I really only think the top 3 have a chance of actually winning, but Marty Supreme seems very strong and is only getting stronger. It's peaking right now, and Oscar voting started the Monday after the Golden Globes happened, so it's peak nomination time for Supreme there. So yeah, those are the top 5 for Best Picture. My bottom 5, I have Sentimental Value at number 6, which was like my number 5 since it's getting at least a couple acting nominations, it seems like. Picture, likely director, and screenplay. Probably not anything else, really. Maybe editing. I'd be surprised if I got any, and casting, possibly. But other than like acting, writing, the above the line stuff, I don't think there's really a shot for Sentimental Value to get any nominations outside of maybe editing, but even that seems tough. Number 7, I have Bugonia now, because between it just never missing where it needed to, between the Globes and getting in like AFI, NPR, all the NPR, MBR, whatever, all that stuff, getting 12 freaking BAFTA long lists, which is ridiculous. Like, people were like, it might get in and get Best Actress and Screenplay, and maybe Actor on a long shot. And then it got like the third most long list mentions after like the few you would expect. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to get in everywhere, but the fact that it's in the top 10 essentially everywhere means it's at least getting into Best Picture. And I want it to, because I actually really love Begonia compared to everything else I've seen this year so far. It might be my favorite, honestly, out of all the Best Picture nominees I've seen. Next, I have Train Dreams at 8. This was always floating around 9, 10. I think it's like a shoo-in for screenplay. It should be a shoo-in for cinematography. And it's possible to get Best Actor. It's probably going to get Song. And then I think it's going to just squeak in there. I hope so, because I like Train Dreams a lot too. That and Begonia might be my 2 favorites. So that's the one I'm rooting for the most. I don't want like Wicked or Avatar to like bump Train Dreams out just for no reason at all, kind of a thing. Number 9, I have Secret Agent. I have it above. It was just an accident at number 10 because it's winning and getting more things. So, long story short, it was just an accident out of all these, just based on how it's performed. Seems like it's the likeliest to not get in, but the Academy is international enough that I still think it could get in, not just international feature, obviously, but it could just be an easy screenplay pitcher or a screenplay director pitcher at this point. But Secret Agent is coming on strong enough where I think it could be stealing a directing nomination from It Was Just an Accident, but I don't think I'm predicting that at the moment. Casting, I have next. I have One Battle After Another at number 1. That's not necessarily my choice to win. I don't really know when it's going to win this. If it was just ensemble, like at SAG, I'd have Sinners at number 1, because I think Sinners is going to get SAG ensemble, but this isn't technically ensemble. It's casting, so it could go either way. Then I have Sentimental Value at 3, Marty Supreme at 4, which is interesting. I'm just being lazy and doing the 4 of the 5 SAG ensemble nominees, but I'm putting Sentimental Value in over Frankenstein because it just seems more impressive, personally, as far as casting goes. And then Hamnet. But I wouldn't be surprised if Frankenstein, if it was just the SAG 5, even though it's technically not ensemble, that wouldn't shock me because Frankenstein is doing so goddamn good. And the Jacob Elordi last minute swap was like one of the things that made that movie what it was. So it's at least my number 6. I'll put it that way. Cinematography. I believe this is the right. Yes. Sometimes it's all the same movies, and luckily this one actually has the name of the person, so I can tell which category it is. One Battle After Another, I have on top for now. These are not all these are in order of what I think is going to win. They're just my nominations. Sinners, Frankenstein, Train Dreams. I have it number 4, but I think it deserves to win. Marty Supreme at number 5. Hamnet could get in there easily, but I think these are just the ASC 5, and I was being lazy. I don't remember exactly. F1 could surprise and get in here, but if Top Gun didn't do it, I don't think F1's going to get in there. Production design. Frankenstein, that I do believe is going to win. Wicked for Good was the runner-up for that one. Marty Supreme I have in 3rd. Sinners in 4th, and Hamnet in 5th, because period pieces. Yeah, which they all are, or they're fantasy, which are the 2 things that usually get in there. Director, I have Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another. He's my predicted winner. I'd be shocked if he loses. Even if Sinners or Hamnet wins Best Picture, I think Paul Thomas Anderson is getting director, at least. Number 2, I have Ryan Coogler for Sinners. He's getting in there at this point. He got DGA. He's at least on the BAFTA long list, so it's unlikely they'll screw him over. Hamnet, I have Chloe Zhao, number 3. She was like, I was considering taking her off, but then when Hamnet won Best Picture, I was like, yeah, she's probably getting it. Josh Safdie at number 4. He got DGA, so why not? And then Jafar Panahi at number 5. It's 4 out of the 5 from DGA. I took off Guillermo and put in Jafar. It could easily just be the DGA 5 this year. It won't surprise me. The internet, and even a 2nd or even 3rd international director could get in there for Sentimental Value for Joachim Trier. Or I can never think of the director's name off the top of my head. For Secret Agent, the way that movie's doing, I wouldn't be surprised if that flip-flopped one of these international films in and out of there. But Jafar Panahi is like the director play, it seems like. That could be one of those weird things that like just gets director, which it happens. Not as often anymore with the 10 Best Picture slots, but it happens. Or could get into Best Director and not Best Picture, which has happened a couple times since the expanded category. Documentary, I need to watch more of these. Perfect Neighbor I have at number 1, which is honestly the only one I've seen so far, because it's easy to watch because it's on Netflix. It's the predicted winner at the time I'm doing this. But you never know. A lot of movies like that don't often end up winning. No, Mr. Nobody Against Putin I have in there. Pretty much anything that's like anti-Russia and stuff always gets nominated and sometimes wins. 2,000 Meters to Adrivka I have number 3. The Alabama Solution. Oh, that's on HBO. I didn't know that. So I should watch that. And then Cover Up. That's been getting in a lot of places, so I snuck that in here. I took out that one, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like 5 hours long. It's been getting in a lot of places, but it missed the BAFTA long list. So it's not as strong as it seemed. So that's why I kind of went for different things here. But this is always a batshit crazy category. I wouldn't be surprised if Perfect Neighbor got snubbed because a lot of the times the front runner in this category does. So we'll see what happens. It's one of those, if it gets in there, it'll probably win thing. Kind of like Summer of Soul back a few years back. Everyone was worried it wouldn't make it in, and then when it did, they're like, okay, good, it's going to win. Best editing. I have one battle after another on top here. This one could go fucking any which way. This is a good category for editing this year. Marty Supreme, I have at number 2. F1, I have at number 3. One at the Critics' Choice, and it could just get the sound editing correlation, just like, Ford v Ferrari did. But I don't know. I don't think they're going to go with that. We'll see. If it wins everything from here on out in editing, yeah, maybe I'll pick it. Sinners, I have at number 4, and Hamnet at number 5. Essentially, 4 of the top 5 Best Picture movies, plus the Vroom Vroom Fast Cars movie. Foreign language film, I think I just have the 5 Neon movies because that's the lazy way to do it. I have Secret Agent at number 1 now because it's been winning everything. Sentimental Value, which I have in second because it's going to get the most nominations out of all these movies. Number 3, I have It Was Just an Accident. 4, I have Surat because it's got a decent amount of long list mentions. Whether or not it gets in anywhere besides this, we'll see. And then number 5, I have No Other Choice, and the fact that No Other Choice has been slowly dropping on this list, I wouldn't be surprised if it missed for Voice of Punjab or something else. Probably that one, though, if it did. But I'm just going to go with the 5 Neons and probably get at least 4 of them. Because I'm lazy. Lead actor. Let's do some acting stuff here. Number 1, I have Timmy. I'm going to have him until he starts losing stuff. So if he loses SAG and BAFTA, I'm not going to predict him anymore. But it seems like it's his year so far. He'll be the win for Marty Supreme. I don't think it's going to win anything else outside of a surprise. Number 2, I have Leo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another. Number 3, I have Michael B. Jordan for Sinners. And number 4, I have Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon. They're getting in everywhere. It'd be surprising if any of those 4 missed at this point. Give or take a BAFTA nomination here. We'll see. And Wagner Moura, I still have at number 5 because he won at the Golden Globes. If he didn't win at the Golden Globes, I wouldn't put him in here. I'd put probably Jesse Plemons, honestly, or Joel Edgerton, but probably Jesse Plemons. Because he's not at SAG and he can't get in at BAFTA, so he has to have Golden Globe and Oscar, just like Fernando Torres. But I think him winning at the Globes is enough, especially given the strength of this movie, and it's already a probable Best Picture nominee, unlike Brain Fart. The Fernando Torres movie from last year. I'm still here. There we go. That was a shock Best Picture nomination. This is already expected to get in, or at least be close to Best Picture. So he's more likely than she was, even at this point. Lead actress, I have Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. She's going to win. No complaints here. I haven't seen Hamnet, but I love Jessie Buckley. She's great in everything I've seen her in. Number 2, I have Rose Byrne because she's amazing in that movie and she's getting in everywhere. It'd be really lame if she just suddenly missed at the Oscars, because even if that's the only category it gets in, it's an outstanding performance in a very good movie that I like quite a bit. Number 3, I have Renata Reinsve. Despite not getting SAG, because they don't like subtitles, I think she's going to get in at BAFTA. I'd say she could probably win BAFTA if it wasn't for Jessie Buckley being in the lead. But yeah, she's safe, I think. Emma Stone for Begonia is getting in everywhere, and Begonia, like I said, it's got 12 long list mentions. It's going to do better than we expect. I hope it gets some things I'm not predicting it for, honestly. At number 5, I have Chase Infinity, because Best Picture Lead Actress isn't a difficult thing to get, usually. Whether or not she's going to win is another story. That seems unlikely, but I think her win will be the nomination. And with Amanda Seyfried falling off a cliff, and Cynthia Erivo not quite flying off a cliff, but almost, she's just the logical 5th place person to have in there. Makeup, I have Frankenstein winning, because Frankenstein. Wicked for Good I have at number 2. Smashing Machine I have at number 3. Sinners at 4. And One Battle After Another I have at 5. Because Best Picture nominees, especially winners, tend to get a lot of extra nominations here and there. And it does have some good makeup. A lot of less obvious makeup, but, you got the whole Sean Penn thing towards the end there, among other things. And without weapons in there, I'm like, I don't even know what the hell I'm going to do. But the other 4, honestly, seem pretty sad. Costumes, I have Frankenstein winning this as well. Wicked for Good at number 2. It already won last year. It doesn't need to win again for the same basic movie. I know that I'm sure there's new sets. He already won for his work on this film. He doesn't need to win again. Not that it's the worst thing ever. I don't, I haven't even watched it, to be honest with you. I just lost interest after hearing how mediocre it was from people I trust. Like, I'll watch it when it's easy to get. I don't need to go pay to see it in theaters. Hamnet at number 3. It's a theater movie and it's a period piece. It's like the perfect combination. Sinners, you got Ruthie Carter in there, so that's awesome. She won for both Black Panther movies, if I'm not mistaken. Sinners, yeah, sure. And Marty Supreme, I have at number 5 because period piece doesn't hurt. Score, I have Sinners at number 1. Hopefully, they show him winning at the Oscars. Johnny Greenwood for One Battle After Another at number 2. I'd love if he won because he's never won before. Ludwig is great, but he's already won 2 Oscars in the last 2 years. Give Johnny one eventually, please. Frankenstein, Alexander Desplat. He's already won. He doesn't need winning it either. But for Frankenstein, Max Richter for Hamnet. And then I have Daniel Lopatin for Marty Supreme. This is a category I would love to see Bugonia surprise in because the score in Bugonia is fantastic. It might be my favorite score of the year, honestly. I haven't listened to a whole bunch over and over again or anything, but as watching the movie, it was one of the few scores I actually noticed and loved as I was watching the movie. Train Dreams is great too. I can't remember if that got longlisted or not, but it didn't at the BAFTA, so I doubt it. Song. K-Pop Demon Hunters, Golden, I have at number 1. It might lose, but I doubt it. I Lied to You will win in that case if it does lose. From Sinners, The Girl in the Bubble is the wicked song that's getting in everywhere. Train Dreams from Train Dreams. Any little nomination that movie can get only bumps it that much closer to Best Picture where it needs to be. And then I have Dear Me from Diane Warren, Relentless, because Diane Warren gets in every goddamn year, no matter what the movie is. And this is a movie about Diane Warren, so don't be shocked if it also surprises in score, which it's also shortlisted in, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I got my 4 top songs here, and then the Diane Warren slot. Literally is what I did. It'd be kind of funny if she didn't get nominated for the movie about her, of all things. Best Sound. This is the one I have F1 winning because of Vroom Vroom Fast Cars, but another movie has a lot of cool Vroom Vroom Fast Cars, and that's One Battle After Another. That would also be a deserving winner. And it also has a lot of pew pew stuff. Pew pew vroom vroom. That's what wins Sound Awards. Sinners is a guaranteed nomination, I think. Avatar, I think, will still get in here despite only getting in a couple categories. It's a lot of good sound editing work. What are you going to say? And then Frankenstein. A lot of good sound editing, sound creation in that one. So those 5 make lots of sense to me. Warfare can't get nominated, so why bother? I'm not going to pick it. Screenplay adapted. Paul Thomas Anderson is at number 1. Probably going to win for One Battle After Another. Number 2, I have Hamnet. If Hamnet wins screenplay, it's going to win Best Picture. That's all I'll say. If I can outdo Paul Thomas Anderson for screenplay, yeah. And it probably needs to win screenplay to win Best Picture too, unless it wins every fucking other thing, besides actors. Bugonia, I have at number 3. I love Bugonia. I think that's great. It should definitely get in here. Train Dreams as well. And Frankenstein, I have at number 5. It's just doing so good. I just won't be surprised if it got in here. That's all it is. It's the one I'd be least shocked would miss, because Guillermo del Toro, for screenwriting, it doesn't always get in there, but he sometimes does. So, but he never wins for it. So that he's a soft 5th place there, I'd say. Original screenplay now. I have Sinners at number 1. Hoping that's the Ryan Coogler Award. I hope he doesn't walk away empty-handed, despite it not being my favorite movie ever. I would like him to win something for his, original masterpiece, if you would want to call it that, since Black Panther and stuff, and Creed and all those movies aren't really, they're his movies, but they're not really his movies. While Sinners is a Ryan Coogler joint all around. Sentimental Value I have at number 2, because it just seems like a screenplay thing. Marty Supreme I have at number 3. It Was Just an Accident at number 4, and Secret Agent at number 5. I wouldn't be surprised if not both of these got in here, but I think at least one will, so it's kind of playing the odds. And if Secret Agent's going to get picture and actor, screenplay's not far behind. I think Blue Moon is the only other one I would have in here, but I just didn't know what to knock off, so if Blue Moon gets in above either of these 2, then I won't be surprised. I just hope it doesn't get in over something like Sinners, because that would break the internet. Supporting actor. Thank you, Golden Globes, for letting me put Stellan Skarsgård at number 1 again. Then I have Jacob Elordi at number 2. I think they're the only two people that are going to win anything this season, it seems like, because the One Battle Boys keep sucking votes away from each other. And Paul Mescal's just happy to be there. He doesn't seem like he's going to win anything outside of a shocking BAFTA win, but even then, BAFTA just seems very Stellan Skarsgård coded. So he's going to win all the international voting body things. He can't get in at SAG, or didn't get in at SAG, I should say, or at Critics' Choice, but he lost, sadly. But I like that Jacob Elordi won something, and I think Jacob Elordi is going to win SAG for the same reason he won at Critics' Choice, which was, well, a different reason, but similar reason. Stellan Skarsgård's not there. One Battle Boys be sucking votes from each other. Paul Mescal's just happy to get nominated, and Miles Caton ain't going to win unless they give Sinners literally every award they nominated it for. So I think Elordi's going to win every other one. So, but he's a young chap. He'll hopefully get nominated again one day, win it down the road. But it's Stellan's year. Come on, it's like just like Paul Thomas Anderson. Give it to the old fogies who've been around for decades. I don't think I changed this since last time, since the Golden Globes. But this is only nominations. It's not winners' predictions. I am predicting that Amy Madigan definitely gets in for Weapons at this point. She's going to get in everywhere. Tiana Taylor is the likeliest to win at the Oscars, I would say, at this point, as long as she wins something else along the way. Like, if she wins BAFTA, it's done. Inga Ibsdottir Lilius, I have for 3 at sentimental value. After Elle Fanning got snubbed from the long list at BAFTA, I took her off of here, because I think if only one of those ladies gets in, it's going to be Inga, based on what I've heard about the performances, and just a surprisingly crowded category. Wunmi Masaku seems like a more guaranteed thing every day for Sinners. And then I have Odessa Azion in after the surprising SAG nomination. And she's on the list for BAFTA, so she could get that. And I have Ariana Grande missing, which is the shocking thing most of all. Wicked is on the downswing, and I think I won't be surprised if she misses BAFTA. If she gets in a BAFTA, I'll probably put her back in. Well, I can't, because the Oscar nominations will be done by now, because they come after for some reason. But right this second, these make the most sense to me. I'll probably get 3 right. And I'm not doing the shorts, like I said, so the last category I'm doing is visual effects, which Avatar is winning, number 1. No reason to not put that there. I have F1 at number 2. It's going to get a handful of nominations and possibly 2 wins, I would say. Superman I have at number 3. It's got to get in somewhere, right? Why not there? A lot of people don't like the visual effects for Superman. I think they're fantastic because they are very stylized and they fit the movie great. Sinners I have at number 4. It didn't get longlisted at BAFTA, but I think if it gets nominated, or since it got shortlisted for the Oscars, I think it's just going to get in based on it being Sinners. And then number 5, I have Frankenstein due to lack of options. I probably won't nominate 2 of these movies. Like Sinners, it makes a good argument just for the dual role thing, but that's pretty much the only thing it has going for it. Frankenstein, it either looks amazing or it's like, so. And a lot of them is like the really fake animals and stuff. So fake animals in movies just drive me fucking crazy. I hate them. They just piss me off anytime I see a CGI animal and it looks not at all realistic, because they never do. That's just a me thing. The exception of like The Revenant. That was like the one one exception of that. But yeah, those are my everything but the shorts Oscar predictions. Yeah, hopefully I don't have to change any of these. Like I said, the nominations are coming out next Thursday, and I have to wait till I'm done working because Martin Luther King Day is that week, and my kid's off school, so I can't work Monday instead of Thursday, which was going to be my plan, but it just had to fall on that week, of course. Why could they just be on Monday? Then everything would be great. I don't think they've ever been on a Thursday. They're usually Monday or Tuesday, so that's what pisses me off even more. I think I've been lucky the last few years, and they were just on a day I had off already. Once again, my name is Derek, the Convicted Cinephile. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and channel memberships and merch are available on TeePublic and Spreadshop stores.